Morning everyone. Today we learn about English education in India before independence. In this lesson you will learn about introduction of English education in India and view of Macaulay minutes. Okay. Now we going to discuss about English education in India. English education started in India during the pre-independence era when the British were ruling India. The Britishers introduced English education in India with an intention to develop a working class in India who can help them in the day-to-day administration. Okay, the basic idea of the British rulers was to have a group of people educate in English who would be loyal to the British ruler in India. Macaulay was the man behind the introducing English education in India through with a selfish intention. Okay, he presented his minutes to Lord William Blank, Governor General in 1835, which is known as Macaulay minutes. In his minutes, he talked about the framework of English education in India. Gradually, English education spread its wings and it gave India an impact to start among the top countries of the world. Okay, even after achieving independence, India continued to have English education to maintain its mark internationally. Okay, many world leaders of India from Raja Ram Mohan Roy to Mahatma Gandhi supported English education in India. This lesson we will learn about Macaulay minutes based on which English education was introduced in India by the then British rulers. Macaulay minutes. Macaulay minutes. Who is this person? Macaulay minutes means he is a Briton. In mainly born in 25th October 1800. Okay, and he was a British historian and a politicanist. And mainly he served as a security at war between 1839 and 1841. And as the paymaster general between the 1842 and 1848, who by his minutes on Indian education of February 1855 was primarily responsible for the turn of Western institutional education to India. James Mill, a noted British historian, wrote 3-volume history of British India, which was published in 1817 without ever visiting India. This book played a key role in introducing a particular image of India to the British rulers of India, such as Nick. Okay, Mill in his book destroyed the image of India here. Intellectual and cultural traditions, he disputed and dismissed even the scientific inventions and mathematic contributions made by Indian intellectuals. Macaulay, who was a trusted soldier of an imperialist regime that was interested in trade, power, and expansion of the British Empire in India, was introduced the responsibility of preparing a minute on Indian education. This minute on Indian education became the manifesto of English education in pre-independence India. Macaulay's minutes clearly and ambiguously stated the intention of the then British rulers in India with regard to the English education in India. In his minutes, he clearly stated that they wanted Indians in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinion, in moral, and in intellectual. The goal of English education in India was only to prepare a class of English knowing urban babus and Western educated bureaucratics who would be loyal to their British masters. The main agenda behind introducing English education in India was to take the British policy to message through these English education urban babus. Macaulay visualized India to be dependent on England forever and stated in his minutes that India has to be at war with our enemies, to be at peace with our allies. He further stated India cannot have a free government. This is very important lines. And another one, but she say she may have the text best things, a fame and partial despotism. In his minutes, he made sweeping generalization about Indian and Arabic literature. The minutes stated, I have no knowledge of either Sanskrit or Arabic, but I have done what I could to form a correct estimation of their value. I have read translations of the most celebrated Arabic and Sanskrit works. He's saying about another statement, I have conversed both here and at home with men distinguished by their proficiency in Eastern languages. I have never found one among them who could that a single shelf of a good European library was worth the whole literature of India and Arabic. Further continues his tried against India, its language and literature, and its religious and culture. In his minute, disregarded its most famous literature and said that it would not come anywhere near to English literature. Regard to print of books in Sanskrit and Arabic, he commented in his minute that it is a broad waste of public money for printing books which are of less value than the which they are printed was while it was blank, for giving article encouragement history, absurd metaphysics, absurd physics, and absurd theology. Lyrically, in his minute that he would at once stop the printing of Arabic and Sanskrit books and also abolish the madrasas and the Sanskrit colleges. Madrasas means education of Muslims, okay, and Sanskrit colleges at Calcutta. According to him, the word literature means English literature. The word English literature means English literature. He stated very importantly, okay. And the learned natives of India mean scholars who had learned English literature and Western science and philosophy, okay. The statement passed Macaulay. Macaulay threatened to resign his position as the chairman of a committee if the governor general did not to agree to his proposal in the minute. Lord William Blank, the then Governor General, was in fact waiting for the minute, and without any hesitation he accepted the minute in 2-2 on 7th March 1835. A declaration was made on the same day. Okay, same of the points in the declaration. What are they? Now we can learn. Okay, his lordship in the council of opinion that the great objective of the British government was to prominent European literature and science in India, and that all the funds appropriated for the purpose of education would be utilized for English education alone. So, it is not the intention of his lordship to abolish any college or school of native learning. The native tongue education institutions can continue their education without the government funds, and his lordship in council directed that all the visiting professors and students at all the institutions under the supervision of the committee shall continue to receive their funds. Okay, lordship in council directs that all the funds henceforth would be used only for important the knowledge of English literature and science to the native population through the medium of English language. This is declaration of reformations ended with several controversies. Okay, Macaulay took the blame and appreciation in equal measures. Many